Well, hello everybody. This is Dr. Troy Dickwitz of the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, and create big-ass results in your life and business. Today's topic is this: fill to this line. ... So this past weekend, we were at home. We did not go to the lake this past weekend, and we have an inflatable pool. It's really cool. We have an inflatable pool. We have a car wash that was made by the in-laws. If you've listened to podcasts, you've heard about the car wash. And then we also have this inflatable like water slide, this like bouncy house water slide thing. Well, the boys did not want to play with the inflatable bouncy house water slide this weekend, but they did want to play with their pool. And so we brought the pool out and we went ahead and we filled it up with air. Now I have an air compressor, so this sucker should like really fill it up fast. It took me forever in like 101 degree or 103 degree heat to get this thing blown up. But once we finally got it blown up, the kids could play. But what would happen over a period of time, this has 3 tubes, so 3 rings that make up the whole entire pool, and they're stacked on top of each other, and you fill each one up individually. And I filled up the first one, the second one, the third one. The third one was just flimsy. And so I keep trying to pump air into them, and it doesn't get like I felt it in the past where it was really, really firm. It was just like, okay, we're on, let's go do this. This is going to hold the water really well. It actually was just, you could tell it needed more air, but it was hot. Kids wanted to get in the pool, so we went ahead, filled it with water. Now, as it started to fill with water, I am on the other side of the house, and I'm basically doing a little bit of yard work. We're getting ready for Wyatt's birthday, who's coming up. And I walk to the other side of the house. I come back, and I see that the pool is kind of collapsed. There's this little inflatable arch that goes over the top of it, and it's attached to the 2 sides of the pool. And it started to collapse on the right side of the pool. And what happened is that the water started going out. So I walk over to the pool, and I look down, and I see a line. And it says basically, do not fill past this line. Well, you can imagine with a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old in the pool playing with their friends, so you know you got to show off, they filled this thing as high as they possibly could. And the pressure ended up pushing that wall down, that first tube, it ended up pushing it down, and water started flowing out. So what does this have to do with our lives? Well, let me tell you what it has to do with our lives. First of all, I didn't fully inflate it. So that was a party foul on Daddy's part. But the second part of it is with the kids, what are they thinking? When they're in this pool, they're thinking more water is going to be better. And they're not paying attention to a fill line. They're paying attention to, we want to put more water in here, we want to splash, and we want to have a good time. But at the end of the day, it put too much stress on the side of the pool, and the pool started to collapse. So take a look at your own life. Where in your own life are you pushing yourself too hard? Look, I am a driven dude. I get up early in the morning. I do the work in the morning. I do a morning ritual, a morning routine. I've been meditating for over 3 years straight now, every single morning. I get up and I do the work. But here's what I also know, and I will tell you, I just did it this past weekend. I was really running on fumes. So this last weekend, I allowed myself to just stay in bed. And when we woke up, we woke up. When the kids got up, the kids got up. We spent 3 days in bed hanging out. And my morning routine just ended up taking me a little bit longer to get done, but it allowed me the opportunity to refuel. It also allowed me the opportunity to reconnect because I am typically up before everyone else in the house. So when we look at your own life, and maybe it's in business, maybe it's in your health, maybe it's in your relationships, where is it that you are just running hard? Right? We talk hard work. Hard work is going to get you results. But we all know there's also a point where with that hard work, you can burn yourself out. And that burnout can last for days. It can last for weeks. It can last for months. So we have to be smart enough to pay attention. If you look at your health, and there's people who, like I used to go at it 7 days a week. I'd have 3 or 4 or sometimes 5 days where I'd work out twice in the day and like hardcore, and I wouldn't take a day off. Now I'm at least smart enough to know that maybe come Sunday, I'm just going to go for a walk, or I'm going to do some stretching. I'm going to do something that's not going to be very strenuous. It's going to be kind of laid back and easy going. I'll still get some movement in, but I'm not going to be crazy. And I still do some 2-day-a-week workouts. Just as of the day of this recording, I actually have done 2 workouts today. But I'm paying attention not to go past the fill line because I don't want to collapse. I don't want to see my energy just bottom out. So in health, it's a really easy one for us to understand. But then we look at something like maybe our relationships. And maybe in our relationships, like we just need to, like moms need a freaking break. They need time to be able to just sit down and breathe and go to the bathroom without having kids chasing them around the house. I mean, my kids follow me into the bathroom. I shut the door and they're like, hey, what's going on in there? And I'm like, just trying to get a moment's peace. Right? But it's like, so you look at a relationship and it's like, yeah, it's great that we want to be, I love being around my kids. I absolutely love it. I love being around my wife. But guess what I also need? I need time to decompress. My wife needs time to decompress. You, the man or the woman listening, if you have a family, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You need time to decompress. Couples listening, you're around each other all the time. You need time to decompress. I don't mean like need it, like you go use it to sedate, but I mean, isn't it nice? Like I have a massage chair. It's nice to sit down, turn this thing on and close my eyes and just relax for 10 minutes. It feels fantastic. It's little things like that. Or for me to walk outside right now and go to the mailbox and walk around the cul-de-sac or walk around the street a little bit. It just feels good. It's just time to kind of let go. You don't have to answer a bunch of questions. You don't have to tend to anything. You just have this time to just slow down a little bit, take a few deep breaths to reload. If you don't, if you keep filling up past the line, it puts more stress on relationships. You know, this is really common. We look at moms, and my mom, the same way, even as of today, she's this way. Like women have this tendency, they just give to everyone else, and then nobody fills up their cup. So they give, cross the line, and they crash. So what would happen? Hey, men, if you're listening right now, like what would happen if you gave your spouse an opportunity to have not fill her up past the line, but just give her an opportunity to go for a walk, go shopping, go do whatever it is that she wants to do, and just chill so that she can come back down. She's not going over the line where she's going to crash. It's something so important. We look at relationships. You look at business. You know, businesses, there's a reason that businesses kind of go up and down, up and down. You can't fly at Mach 10 with your hair on fire every day in your business. You've got to be able to slow down sometimes so you can speed up. Otherwise, you miss things like attention to detail. You miss systems and things that are supposed to be taking place. If we're always going Mach 10 with our hair on fire, we miss some of those important details that help to give our businesses the uniqueness that they have. So I slow down. I don't go past the line. I slow down so I can take a look at the landscape and then I fill it back up again. So take a look at your life across body, being, balance, and business. Look at your health. Look at your relationships. Look at your business. And just take a look at where is it that you're filling up past the line. You're starting to notice that pool of your life is starting to collapse. And what can you do today? What can you do today to slow down enough? Just one action for maybe a day, maybe 3 days. Slow down so you can turn around and speed up. Now you got to pick a start. Here's what I'm going to do, and here's when I'm going to reboot the system and get back in the game. Make sure you do both. Otherwise, if you don't have that clarity, you might slow down and stop. And you know what we say around here? Stop stopping. So slow down so you can speed up. That's all I've got for you here today. Hey, if you haven't already, please head over to iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, rate and or review this podcast. I totally appreciate it. Or you can shoot me an email at drtroy@commitandgo.com. I'd love to hear from you, like those of you who've already reached out. And if you haven't already, head on over to commitandgo.com. Check out me, myself, yours truly, Dr. Troy Dukowitz. Check out the programs that we have, the things that we offer every day, week, and month throughout the course of the year. That's all I've got for you here today. This has been the Commit and Go podcast, where we encourage you to make big commitments, take big action, and create big-ass results in your life and business. We'll hear you next time. Bye-bye.